All right, we'll come back to Sabyasachi. More breaking news coming in, and this is a picture that Times Now has accessed of an injured Shraddha when she was allegedly beaten up in the year 2020. She was also hospitalized thereafter. Now remember, with regards to the confessions that have been made and also the versions that have been put together by several of Shraddha's friends, what we can tell you is that she was subjected to physical abuse repeatedly. And that's what many of her friends have noted, that Shraddha herself had informed her about how aaftab used to often resort to physical abuse. Let me go across to Priyank joining us live with more details. Priyank, I believe these are pictures of Shraddha from 2020 and you can clearly see, some bruises under her eye, also some sort of a cut on her lips. So what can we tell our viewers about these pictures?
The medical report which also suggests, Christine, that the support is of Shraddha Vikas Volkar, the 25-year-old woman who was being undertreated by Dr. Shiv Prasad Shinde in the general ward of Ozone multispeciality hospital, which was in Vasai area. And what it has been found that the victim had given a complaint regarding severe back pain, nausea, neck pain, difficulty in movement of the neck because she had got injured. This also talk about that how there was an injury in her lower limb, and this was a history which was indicating that the injuries were caused, 4 or 5 days back. The temperature was certainly normal; it was not too much. But what Shraddha had reported to the doctors that she was having a severe pain because of the trauma which she had gone through. The consultation was done. If I go through the consultation or report of the doctors, which is suggesting that patient was admitted with the above said complaint on admission of routine investigation sent by Dr. Yogesh Patil and has advised complete bed rest. So she was told to have complete bed rest because she had a pain in her spine and she was also having problem in having these kind of movement. Follow-up was also given by the doctors that she should come back and go for the regular checkup. This was the report which we have.
Okay, so that's a report that we've accessed. Priyank, let me go across to Meghna, who's joining us with more details. She's joining us with those pictures. Meghna, we do see a bit of a cut on her nose, but what can we tell our viewers with regards to the report that we've accessed of the doctors who treated her?
Well, absolutely. In fact, Priyank has managed to access that. He's giving us the gruesome details of what it lists, the kind of injuries that she had been. It's very clear now, looking at this picture as well as the reports. Now, this picture is from 2020, and you can see the kind of injuries. As you can see on her nose, you have this big bruise. On her cheek as well, you have injury marks which are there. You can see how her eyes, the pain that you can see in the eyes of a bruised and battered woman that Shraddha clearly was by 2020. Remember, we got our viewers pictures from 2018, from her happier days, when she was there with her friends, enjoying a joke, laughing at their jokes, enjoying a free and carefree life in 2018. 2019 is when she met Aaftab, when Aaftab came into her life. By 2020, now we have the evidence which shows how Shraddha turned from a carefree young girl into a battered and bruised woman. These pictures are just symptomatic of what could have happened in 2022. What is the kind of fate that Shraddha was destined towards? Perhaps these were the signs which were ignored. Perhaps these were some of the reasons as to why Shraddha wanted to leave Aaftab. Her friends told Times Now that she used to get battered quite often. Priyank is telling us that she had backache as well due to the repeated bashings. This picture is self-evidentary. You can see bruises on her cheek, one on her nose as well. Her eyes are quite deep set. She seems to be someone who has been repeatedly battered. This is a testimony of her friends which corroborates this picture that she was not in a happy relationship. She was in fact in an abusive relationship, which could be one of the reasons which led up to her murder. Aaftab himself has confessed allegedly to the crime of murdering her in a fit of rage. However, very clearly, the removal of the evidence was meticulously planned. But these images, really, it's important for for us to keep track of these images of Shraddha, one of the last few images that we have seen, to the extent of injuries which were heaped upon even back in 2020.
Absolutely. And who knows, Meghna, that it was just limited to this one time. You know, so we're tracking all of those details very, very closely, because given what her friends have stated, so many of them have come out on record to say that she did quite change after 2018, perhaps in the beginning of 2019, she was not the same. She was not as bubbly, as chirpy anymore, and she would not quite open up about her relationship details as well. So that is something that is coming from her friends, multiple of those friends who say that she was a different person altogether back in college, and something quite changed after she entered into a relationship with Aaftab.
Had also told it to Shraddha's father. This is what Mr. Walker has also told it to Times Network, that Shraddha was being beaten up by the suspect. And there you have a very clear-cut report which gives the picture of Shraddha, the medical report of the doctor. And this is what also been said, that Shraddha initially did not report this matter to the doctors. She could have been hesitant about reporting this issue to the doctors. Later to that, the medical report is clearly talking about that this particular injuries were caused 4 or 5 days back. So what took her so long to go and report this matter is something very serious. The location which I can see is certainly some location which is close to her house. So probably in 2020, before the death of Shraddha's mother, she had gone there. Shraddha left her house in 2019. In 2020, she was being beaten up by the suspect. This is also quite clearly seen in the report which we have access. So you have injury marks on the victim's body. You have, the medical report which suggests a previous history of the suspect assaulting her, and then what happened in May 2022 is quite clearly before everyone.
Absolutely. Stay on with us, Priyank. And you know why these pictures today are very important? Because they go on to suggest that everything that has been expressed and revealed by her friends, multiple friends, is a reality, because they all kept saying that Shraddha herself had informed them on multiple occasions that she was beaten up, she was thrashed by Aaftab. But, because he used to end up threatening that he's going to end up committing suicide, he would ask for more and more opportunities to really get back on the right track. She would often give in. But let's listen.